I'm gonna get right down to it. Doing product reviews is actually tanking my channel. So why do I keep doing them? The most simple answer is they just keep sending me stuff that I need. I'm only human and I need tools to do woodworking. I just couldn't resist. I'm gonna talk about how I made this weird transition from just doing very niche YouTube videos of just the knowledge that I thought I had that was unique to doing product reviews, how it happened, why it happened, and also the mechanics of doing a product review. What actually happens? How do they reach out to you? How do you do them? How do they send it to you? And maybe you'll learn some, if you haven't done this kind of thing before, maybe you'll learn something from this. I'm gonna be completely honest with myself. My channel was never going to go into any special realm of 1 million subscribers or whatever. I'm just completely introspectively looking at myself. I'm just not that interesting. I don't have that much to give. I don't have much time to spend on doing videos. I really never thought it would grow that much. So maybe it was a kind of a cut and run position, or just get what I can out of the situation. I'm gonna do 3 quick case studies here. Case study number 1, this drill press. I had a drill press that was like 20 years old. It had been broken for 10 years. And there was always another tool that I really wanted a drill press. There was always another tool that I had to have to do something else, and I just could not afford a drill press. Vevor reached out to me with a drill press. I'm only human, man. How am I not gonna take this for free for doing, spending an hour doing a video? Case study number 2, a 3D printer. My kids and me wanted a 3D printer for so long. And again, is always something that's getting in your way of outlaying, spending the money on getting it. And when I got the opportunity to quickly review one and get a 3D printer, the math is simple, right? You won't be able to see it, but inside here is a helical cutting head. I wanted one of those things for 10 years. I was never able to afford it. And when someone reached out to me magically, like, hey, do you want a helical? I'm like, so again, you're getting the message here. All of the stuff that I've been reviewing is stuff that I've always wanted and just couldn't afford, straight up. So that's sort of how the situation happens. So when I started the channel 7 years ago, it was a very simple exchange. It was almost a novelty to me. I didn't really like YouTube that much, but then I started to learn stuff through, I was getting into finer woodworking. I'd always done like a little bit of construction. I used YouTube to learn, and I was so grateful to that learning that I wanted to maybe kind of give back or just add my knowledge to the general knowledge pool. I was really jazzed at how much knowledge there was. I sort of set a limit for myself that the only time I was gonna post was when I had something that was unique, that no one else had covered, right? Stuff like this miniature Rubo workbench. I've never seen that before. Resawing in a very specific way, using extrusions as a fence guide. It was all unique ideas that I'd never seen covered, and I thought that was going to be my niche. And for a while, for maybe 3 or 4 years, I guess I really stuck to that. I hardly had any subscribers, and I was totally fine with that. Then I don't know how this video happened, but my copying a chess piece video got like almost 2 million views, and that radically upped my subscriber level. It actually allowed me to monetize, and it just brought me kind of just shy of 28,000 subscribers. So I guess it brought me into that zone where you're like a micro influencer. I also put my email on the site, and I guess all these influencer companies that send out these products and whatnot, they just kind of hunt for emails, or they're using AI to hunt for emails, etc. They just started sending me stuff. At first it was a mask and like an air compressor and stuff like that. And then it got bigger and bigger. It got into like lasers and CNC. So before I know it, my whole channel was nothing but product reviews, basically. I had completely swerved off of my original intent for the channel. Okay, let's take a quick look at how simple these exchanges are for a product review. They reach out to you, you say, yes, I'd like to review. They send you the product absolutely for free. You get to keep the product afterwards. You make a video review. You're in charge the whole time, basically, but there's really no money exchanging hands or anything like that. And then you post the review a week later, a month later, whatever the sort of general agreement is. Usually there's no notes or any changes. You just post your review and a link, and then you're done. That's it. And that's the entire exchange. No real money. You can't get paid for this. You could sell the product afterwards. If it's something like a $4,000 laser, you could sell it for maybe $2,000, whatever. It's instant depreciation with these machines. There's another class of outreach. I get these all the time. Very vague. We'd love to collaborate with you on a video integration. I didn't even know what this product is, or it has nothing to do with my channel. It's like, that they're just getting this through AI or something. It's just some brute force campaign to try and get people to post links. God, who knows, man, and who cares? Then there's yet another class of outreach, which is the fake scam influencer. So this one is from Pop Mart, as if they would reach out to me. They're showing these very popular Labubu toys. So what happens here is, very vague letter saying, oh, we're going to do some integration with you or something. Sometimes they try and string you along with money or something like that. Here's the thing, here's where they get you. Interested? Sign the NDA and connect with us. So basically, by signing this NDA, from what I've come to understand, it's some sort of poison pill that would infect your computer and the PDF or something, and malware, and they would take control of your channel, or just malware you, or ransomware or something. It's I hate all this stupid computer stuff. Sorry for all that long-winded stuff, but I actually haven't had a chance to even talk about it in the context of another YouTube video. And there was actually a lot to say about it. Will I continue doing product reviews? Yes, if they send me stuff that I need. I said, man, again, I'm only human. I like you, woodworker. For me, I need tools to do the job, and my stuff is always breaking down. But I've kind of I don't know. I'm kind of at capacity. There's a lot of other stuff that I would like to do with the channel, and I'd love to focus on furniture, but it just really. There's almost no reward for spending the time to carefully do it, other than an archive for another furniture maker that might want, you know what I mean? It's not general entertainment. I'm kind of really at a crossroads. It's a very strange time. I'd love to hear if you've made it this far in the video. Please don't subscribe, because who wants to watch all these reviews? Just tell me your thoughts. If you think it's morally wrong in any way to do product reviews, to always be selling stuff? Does it cheapen the value of YouTube? This is sort of an essential discussion with YouTube, with so many product integrations and advertising integrations. Or is the most pure form of YouTube just simply someone that's building something and taking you along for the ride, only to sort of in a pure motive to educate you? Is that the most pure form of YouTube? I'm really interested to see what people think. I know that a lot of people don't mind product stuff. Maybe they tolerate it, and some people just straight up hate it. So, drop a comment if you can. Thanks for hanging out with me this long, and thanks for watching.